Howdy everybody, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. Today I'm coming to you with a thin stack of records. It's been 2 weeks. I've been so busy with this project. I went out, the wife had a birthday, so you got to do stuff. So I went out with her and we went to a few places and had dinner. And But she said she was being real kind, sensitive, because I was being sensitive. And she said, "Hey, would you like to stop at Half Price Books?" And I said, "No, I don't feel like looking for records." And she about had a heart attack. You could tell she was like real happy about that, though, that I was able to resist. Anyway, but the point is that this bathroom deal, this project's been sapping the living hell out of me. But Jesus. Can you sap the bejesus out of someone? I should look things up before I say them. Anyway, there's a million stories. Yesterday I decided it was time to do something never done before, which is yank the toilet and put a new and tile behind it, because I can't get the and tile the floor and put the toilet back in before my wife got home with no problems, right? So what I did was I bought this new type of seal made by Fluid Master that's made out of some kind of latex, not wax. And I watched a video online on first how to change the wax seal, and they said you need to do this every 2 years. And I'm like, well, the last time we put this thing in was like 1989, and I'm saying that's way more than 2 years. Have you noticed the new Bud Light Lime bottle? See, if you look really closely while I'm turning it, it's twisted. See that? Sorry about the condition of my hands. This is glue and dye from the grout. I can't get it off. I just let it wear off naturally. After an extended absence from Bud Light Lime, I went back. Anyway, it's still refreshing. I like it. Okay. And it's a great bottle. I like the industrial design of the bottle. It's really sweet. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh, the story about the toilet. Okay. So the thing of it is like, and then I watched the Fluid Master video, and I'm like, yeah, I got to be able to. This is pretty simple. But the thing of it is, nothing ever works the way you plan. So the first thing I got to do is take the bolts. I turn off the water, and I don't bother to turn the valve that's coming out of the supply line that goes to the toilet, because those things, as soon as the old ones, as soon as you mess with them, they start leaking through the stem. That's just my experience. Best left alone. So I turn the supply off in the basement using a valve I put in especially just to control the toilet line. A good handle, brass shutoff valve, well made. And I go upstairs, and it's like first the thing is like it's not going to come off. The nut's going to be, something's going to get twisted and broken, but it comes off. Okay. Now I got to take the 2 bolts that hold the toilet onto the flange, which now I know what it is because I watched the video. It's a circle thing with perforations in it. These bolts go through. Okay. So I'm turning it, and it's a lock nut, and it doesn't want to come off. Like, what the hell? I'm going to have to get the grinder and grind it off. And then I'm turning it, and the other one comes off. On the other side, try that one. It comes off. So I'm turning it, and the bolt's turning, and it's like turning and turning. And I'm about ready to give up, and I'm wiggling it with my finger just because. And it comes right out. The whole thing comes out. So it turned enough to come out through the groove in this slot. And it's just a flat. There's this flat. I think it's a bad design, but it must be like that for a reason, because every toilet, at least in this country, uses them. Got to be a reason for them to be made that way. Okay, so and I watched the video about the Fluid Master. There's the wax. I pull it out the wax seal. They say turn the toilet over and scrape it out. And I look. There's the wax seal, and I pull it out, and I plug the hole so that nothing, see the thing I learned is that you plug the hole, whatever drain hole, because something, a nut or whatever you're holding is going to go down it, right? It's going to fall out of your hand and go down. So I plug it, pull the old wax seal out, do the whole tile job, and put the floor tile in, ink grout it, and I'm ready to put it back in. So I got to lift the thing. I'm lifting the thing. The toilet's heavy. Lift it, and I'm like, oh, I got to kind of look around to see if I'm going to, I don't want to mess the nuts up or bolts and whatever. And I get it in there, and then I bought these new caps. Well, the caps go on the bolt, and then the washer, and then the nut. Well, you can't crank the nut down because it's like inside this plastic cap. So, and then the bolt's turning because it's the flat, poorly designed bolt that every toilet in America uses, and maybe because it's the way it's an old flange or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I got to kind of like reach down in there with a needle nose and take another needle nose and crank it, you know, like, and the other one's like right against the wall. Oh my God. This is another great story. I'm so glad you came by for a great story about installing the toilet. What other stories? So my point is, I should have backed up because I wanted to put the point in, is that it went relatively smoothly. Now I was able to put the original supply line back in. I cranked it down, turned the water on. It did leak a little bit. Gave it another crank. Leaked a little bit. Gave it another crank. God, plumbing fittings. You got to crank those effers all the way down, and you just think you're going to break the thing. Anyway, stop leaking. Then it occurred to me after I got it all back together is they never turned the toilet over to check to see if I got the wax ring out like they said in the video. Oh. But no leaks. I think the ring came pretty much out, fortunately for me. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to say the whole thing went relatively smoothly, but the point is, if you listen to all those little stories I told, and the big stories, that everything fights you every step of the way. That's just what life's all about. Now, starting tomorrow, we're going into 6 weeks on this project. 6 weeks, and that's just like, well, I start at 8 or 9, I take a break at 10, I take an hour for lunch, I take a break at 3, I'm off at 4:30. No, I get out of bed at 5 or 5:30. It's light enough because I need a little bit more light than what's in there now. At about 7 to get started. From 7 until my wife gets home from work is about 7 o'clock, about 12 hours. I'm going. I don't stop for lunch. I stand up and I eat a yogurt. That's it. This is so great. I could just sit here and talk like this. It cracks me up that I do this. Anyway, I've lost a lot of weight working on this job because I want to get the damn thing done. I don't even stop for lunch. I've probably lost 10 pounds. I'm looking good. Anyway, so, that's going on 6 weeks, and I've had 2 days off where I didn't work on the thing. Most days, 12-hour days. Fortunately, I was ignorant as to how much time I was going to take to do this project, because I would have gone in search of, like, paneling, and which reminds me, I've been to the hardware store a million times. It's like every day, almost. And what I think I'd like to do just for entertainment is just to go, if you could find a tree to sit under, it would be good. Put out a chair in the parking lot of a hardware store and watch people load shit into their vehicles. It's really impossible what some people do. There was some guy in there, he was probably in his late 40s. He was driving one of those new modern Jeeps with the roll bar is, he had his top off, and the roll bar, it's more of a square cage anyway, and he's putting this really flimsy paneling, speaking of which, paneling on top of this Jeep, intending to probably get on the freeway and go somewhere. They're just like a giant sail. What? Oh God. And then there was some guy there with his two kids, and he was putting boards. How was he? He was tying boards down with this like plastic twine stuff. Like, That is not going to stay put. What are you doing? Okay, let's go on to the records. That's enough blabbing. I'm going to show photographs when it's done, because now I've got to, let's back up again with the bathroom deal. I've grouted about half the room. I've got about 1/3 of the floor still to put down. Then the sink goes in. I've sort of planned on how to attach it to the wall. Everything's going to get, like, there's a lot of, it's at least another week, okay? And then I just hope to God that nothing else leaks, because I still got this weird faucet thing I bought that I'm not sure. MPhil Records out of Hamilton, Ohio. There's a sticker on the back. It's Hot Rods and Dragsters. Okay, here's another one of those. El Diablo. It's the name of the hot rod. Okay. It's another one of those records. It's nothing but like band after band after band. Now it tells you on the back what the name of the car is. Tennessee Bow Weevil Speed Shop Special 2. But can people that work on engines, do they know, can they listen to this record and discern one in stereo, hi-fi stereo? Can they tell one engine from another, like, oh hey, yeah, that's got that tweak to it, that overhead cam, 4-barrel Holley carburetor? I don't know. Taste of Brass, Time. It's a compilation on Time, featuring many of your favorites like Hugh Montenegro, Billy May, Pete Ruglo, and Richard Heyman. Well, Richard, he made some good stuff, but he may not be your favorite. It's Woody and the Woodchucks. Woody and the Woodchucks sings your favorites. Oh, Woody, look at that horrible drawing of a Woody. If I was going to draw a Woody, I wouldn't draw it like that. It's a name I can't pronounce. They got a name I can't pronounce, but then they have a name I can pronounce. The Fireballs. This is the guy I can't pronounce, and the rest of the guy are the Fireballs, okay? He looks more like a firecracker, not a fireball, but what the hell? 1972, it's Renaissance Prologue. Oh man, I have no idea. They got really weird. They got the floating building, sort of yes, kind of like floating building, and weird science fiction building. It's a Monterey Brass. They must have made 1,200 albums, different albums. I don't know. Anyway, well, I don't have this one, Monterey Brass. I'm not sure if I got this one. I don't remember. It seems familiar. Johnny Hamlin Quintet featuring Marcy Miller. That could be interesting. It's a religious album, Justified. All right, it's a rock chain. You know, from that famous thing, paper. What is it? Paper, rock, scissors, chain, something like that. Anyway, okay, there he is on the back. It's Rocky Freeman. You're thinking, that's going to be kind of boring, but of course he's going to talk about the times that he took narcotic drugs, and then he got into heroin. Ooh, that'll be good. Then, when he got into heroin, he started an organization that dealt in gambling and prostitution. So what I'm thinking is he got arrested, and to help ease the sentences, that he went and he started, you know. But Judge, you know, you can tell from my record now that, anyway. Now, the fun finds from Half Price Books today were a number of covers albums from Modern Sound. Well, this one, Devil Woman, Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood. That could be fun. Here's the graphics. The graphics on these covers are stunning, I think. Sounds of Silence, Day Tripper. Here's one with clip art, a clip art cover. It's still Modern Sound. Woolly Bully, First Impressions. Okay. It's Ringo. It's not the Ringo you think. I think it's like more like a country Ringo, like Ringo, the horse riding, bronco busting, cow poking Ringo. And last but not least, just because it was on the bottom of the stack, it's another MS. Long Lonely Nights is the featured song. Goldfinger, that's right. Goldfinger could be good. So I'm thinking that it's got to have to be a cover of a popular song done by somebody down there at Modern Sound. That's the end of this. I love you, Bud Light Lime twisty bottle. Magic 8 Ball. Will Budweiser continue to make Bud Light Lime for the rest of my life? Signs point to yes. Thank you, Budweiser.
Why was I born? Why am I living? What do I get? What am I giving? Why do I want the things I dare not hope for? What can I hope for? I wish I knew. Why do I try to draw you near me? Why do I cry? You never hear me. I'm a poor fool, but what can I do?